September 2006. This is going to be a quick one. I only read 3 books in this particular month. So the first book that I read in September of 2006 is X-Men, Watchers on the Walls by Christopher L. Bennett. And in this, there's an alien spaceship heading towards Earth, being pursued by a warcraft, not Warcraft, but, another spaceship, but like a battleship. The X-Men are there. They want to help whoever's in this spaceship that's being pursued. It's some aliens who are being chased because they're different. The X-Men know what that's like, but they could cause the end of all life on Earth. So the X-Men have to, make a choice. Do they help these aliens that are being persecuted for their differences, or do they figure out a way to stop them because they, again, might inadvertently cause the death of everything on Earth? Very parallel storylines. The story of the aliens matches up with the story of the X-Men persecuted for being mutants. Not the greatest X-Men novel, but if you're a fan, it's always fun reading, in my opinion, novels about the comic book characters that you like. X-Men, Watchers on the Walls, Christopher L. Bennett. Next up, and the penultimate book that I read in September of 2006, The Book of Fate by Brad Meltzer. I believe this is the last Brad Meltzer book that I read, because it's sort of a turning point in what he was doing. Before this, he was writing political and legal thrillers, and this falls into that category, but our main character is Wes Holloway. He's a presidential aide, and he's getting in a limousine with the president's best friend, Ron Boyle. And there's an assassin, and Wes ends up disfigured. Boyle ends up dead. 8 years later, Wes sees Boyle. He's got to figure out what the hell's going on. What happened 8 years ago? How can Boyle still be alive? And this is going to involve Secrets of the Freemasons, a decades-old presidential crossword puzzle, and a 200-year-old code by Thomas Jefferson. So this is, in my opinion, this was Brad Meltzer jumping on the Da Vinci Code bandwagon. A number of authors that I enjoyed seemed to do this, and it's a fine book, but it wasn't. I suppose it just wasn't what I wanted from Brad Meltzer. I thought Angels and Demons and the Da Vinci Code were fine. They were entertaining enough, but like other subgenres, it's not something that I just wanted to read over and over and over again, because there was a lot of sameness to it. Here's some ancient thing that's got a secret code or a secret puzzle. We'll solve that, and it'll lead us to the next ancient thing that has a secret code or a secret puzzle. And we'll unlock some sort of mystery. Brad Meltzer went on to have a TV show about this sort of thing, I guess. I never watched it. So if you like that kind of thing, again, Angels and Demons, the Da Vinci Code, you'd probably enjoy this book. And I think his subsequent books, they seem to have that, from what I've seen. Again, I haven't read any others. But The Book of Fate by Brad Meltzer. And as of this recording, Pope Francis died recently, and it just keeps making me think of Angels and Demons, because that was all about picking a new pope. So The Book of Fate, Brad Meltzer. The last book that I read in September 2006, World War Z, An Oral History of the Zombie War by Max Brooks. And this is in case anybody doesn't know, or if you've only seen the movie, this is actually a short story collection, kind of, sort of, interconnected. As it says, it's an oral history of the zombie war. So it's these little snippets from all over the world, different characters' perspectives of how people are dealing with a worldwide zombie outbreak. There's really no through character or anything. It's exactly like reading, say, journal entries from all over the world that somebody put together. So we have a picture of the zombie outbreak as it covers the globe, as different types of people deal with it, whether it's, a big government with a big army that can hopefully do something about it, to smaller places that don't necessarily have those abilities. That's not the word I was looking for, but I'm not going to sit here for too long trying to think of it. So it's an interesting book. It wasn't interesting enough to me to read any more Max Brooks. It's a fine zombie book, but I didn't think it was anything groundbreaking. I think there are plenty of other zombie books that I've read that are much better. So that's World War Z, An Oral History of the Zombie War by Max Brooks. And that's the last book that I read in September. Just those three. Not the greatest month for the books that I read, in my opinion. Question for this very short video: have you read World War Z? Have you seen the movie? Obviously, I read it. That's the whole point of this. And as I said, it was fine. I wasn't thrilled with it. I didn't hate it. It just fell into that. I read it. It was okay. I don't need to go back to it. And again, not even impressed enough to read any more Max Brooks. I have not seen the movie. It never interested me. It looked like just an over-the-top action movie with zombies. Crazy fast zombies. A lot of people that I know seem to think that scene where the zombies are just stacking themselves on top of each other to get over this wall was cool. I was not impressed with it in the trailers that I've seen. And I don't believe the zombies were working together. I think it was just a matter of the first zombies to get to the wall are just trying to get through the wall, and then the next wave, they're just slowly, the momentum is what's pushing them up into this giant zombie pile. I could be wrong about that. But have you seen it? Have you read it? What did you think of the book? Have you seen the movie? Am I wrong? Is it worth my time? And just let me know in the comments below. If you have any comments, questions, or corrections, please put those in the comments below. Comments are open for spoilers. Just post a spoiler warning. Try to be polite here on my channel. Please like, share, and subscribe. All the usual YouTube stuff. If you'd care to follow me on other social media, I'll have links for my Instagram and Bluesky in the description below. And that's all I have for you this week. A very, very quick one. So until next week, read more books.